Welcome to We're Doing It, the Adam and Michael podcast, and I am Adam Choid, and I'm in Los Angeles, California.
And I'm Michael Firestone in Seattle, Washington, USA.
That's cool. That's cool. How are you? maybe that's not where we should start.
Yeah,
that's too vague.
I got something.
Okay.
So originally we were going to do another topic, and we're still gonna do that show in the near future. But we kind of decided. I'm kind of, like sometimes life just happens, and you kind of go, "Hey, I'm gonna, put the story out there to share," and sometimes that's like a therapeutic.
Sure.
Thing. Yeah.
Sure. And I think what's going on in your life takes priority than whatever we were going to do. Can I say what we were going to do instead?
Real or fake fart too?
No, that's future, and that will be with a guest, I think. But
don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil real or fake fart too. No, what we were going to do is what I want to do is interview Michael about his musical history. Because this guy's been a musician and a singer for his whole life, really, and I thought that would be interesting, and we could talk about his music and songwriting, and he could play a few songs. So we are going to do a very music-centric episode in the future, but we thought, as you can see from the title and description, we'd do something a little bit more serious. We haven't written the title and the description yet, but we will.
This is this is past Adam talking to future audience.
Exactly, something like that. It
like
makes sense.
You
know what it is? Just go with it. I know what we know what we're doing. We're doing it. Just we have to trust ourselves. But I think before we get into some heavier topics on today's feature topic, which we will get into fairly soon. I did want to mention that we will have a very special show coming up, and I say that about every show, but I am actually taking a trip up to Seattle.
The Emerald City.
To visit this, actually I know some other people there. No, it's actually the people I know are the New York Mets who are playing a baseball game. This is a trip that I planned some time ago, so it really has nothing to do with...
It's actually happening. It's actually July.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with today's featured topic, the reason I'm going up there. That's purely coincidental.
Just to my voice is squeak. Just to clarify, you don't want to make people think you're coming anyway.
No, there's nothing I could
Yeah.
No, the Mets are playing the Mariners.
Yeah, so we're going to a ball game or two. And we're going to do a podcast. I don't know.
That's the actual announcement. I didn't even get to the main point of the announcement. Is that we are planning to record something up there.
The very first Adam and Michael we're doing it podcast. Yeah, in the same room,
in the same place.
Might be wearing, using the same blanket to keep ourselves warm together.
What?
I don't know.
Wait. It's a 35 by 35 foot blanket. So I don't even have to be in the same space. That's how we
about feet.
Yes, 35 by 35 feet. No, maybe I'll be in another room if I bring my microphone and my computer.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, so that's going to be a thing. The big Seattle, the Everybody in Seattle podcast.
Show. And we've also talked about, and let's just talk about this on the podcast on just live. About maybe doing either like a Facebook Live thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but maybe we'll do that.
You know what my biggest fear with the Facebook Live is?
What?
Less single digits people will be watching.
Oh,
5 or less, and which is something we actually should appreciate.
That's part of the process.
Yeah, it is. We should appreciate every fan. If it's one person, we should be like that. But yeah, but it's probably gonna be someone I don't really like.
I watched No Doubt, behind the music or whatever, and they were like, we'd play shows and there wouldn't be anyone there. So, hey, if Gwen Stefani can do it, so can we.
Yeah, a lot of comedians they go to these open
Yeah.
mics, and that's where you start,
Sure.
and
Sure.
it's horrible. It's
Yo,
terrible.
everyone's
You've got
a
to pay
beginner
you got to
at the
pay your
beginning.
dues. You got to pay
Yeah.
your dues.
Everyone's a beginner
You know,
at the beginning. Yeah.
before I forget, I think we should mention people where they can find us on the
Yeah,
various
do that.
social
Yeah,
media.
do that.
Yeah, on Facebook, we're doing it, the Adam and Michael podcast. Just search for that. On Twitter, we're doing it at WDI underscore the podcast, at WDI underscore the podcast on Twitter. And of course, you can listen to the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean. And no matter what social media or what platform you're listening to us on, just look for that big yellow smiley with the headphones. And also, you should give us a rating on iTunes, preferably a very positive one. Whatever the maximum amount of stars are, I think that's what we want. And say nice things about us. Say we're great, and use proper grammar.
You're
great. Y-O-U-R great.
Okay, so where's this train headed?
Where's this train headed? Well, I think maybe you should be the conductor.
Yeah,
you're the last person who should be.
What am I?
Steering a train, or well, you don't steer a train. What do you do with the train?
I don't know. You throw coal in that oven or whatever.
They still have that.
You...
They have that on the Long Island Railroad.
Some guy in
the coal car
overalls that's shoveling.
No wonder they have so many problems. I'm making Long Island Railroad jokes. All right, I think you should tell us about. Tell us about your last week, because we were trying to put out a podcast, earlier, and we want to put out as many as we can, but life happens. So why don't you tell us what's been going on?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I deal with depression and anxiety, kind of been like a thing ever since I was probably my teens, and over the years there have been good times and bad times. I think that's everyone's life, but I've just gone through a lot of changes. As I said, I'm in Seattle. I was living in LA. That's where I met Adam, as everyone knows, because they listen, to every episode. And
sure.
There have been 3, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I moved up to Seattle. Been through some changes in the last year, but I've just been going through some tough times, especially recently. Trying to find kind of get my footing, and just been struggling a little extra lately. And I had a session with a therapist that I work with, and he suggested that I go to the hospital for kind of like an evaluation, and so that's what happened. And I guess I can go into depth about it. Like
that's totally totally up to you. I mean, it seems like you want to talk about this. So
sure. Yeah,
this is going to lead to questions, and I hope you're
you're
okay with answering them, or not answering them if you're not comfortable. But
no, I'm open. As I told you, Adam, like, I'll tell everybody else. I kind of was looking forward to this podcast. One big reason, because I felt like it was a platform where I could just kind of be myself and not really have to worry about because you post something on Facebook and you go ooh, is that funny? What are people going to think?
Yeah.
And this is kind of the chance to be well, I'm kind of going to put this out there and kind of be myself as much as I can. And then maybe today's topic is something, most people don't know about me. And I'm hey, what better way to
Sure. And especially because I don't think you're the only person out there dealing with these types of issues. And
sure,
maybe someone out there will find comfort in you sharing your story.
At least I'm sure majority of people at least have a friend or two or family member or some. So maybe, at least this could help in somebody personally or
exactly.
Whatever I'm saying. So I ended up going. My therapist called 911. I know it sounds extreme, but this is what happened.
Yeah, it does sound. That does sound like a. See, I don't understand why. Why wouldn't he just, if he's worried about your physical health or that you're really in a bad place where you're gonna do something, God knows what,
Sure.
but you're a danger to yourself or other people. Why wouldn't he just take you himself to like a medical doctor or the emergency room or whatever he thinks, or to have someone else to just take you right there rather than sending you home and then calling.
Well, his reasoning was the facilities where I live would be better than what I would have received out, because he's actually about half an hour away from where I live. So
I see.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand. Yeah, it could have gone either way, but luckily it worked out. So I got home and he called me. He goes, "Hey, I called the the emergency services, whatever."
Yeah, the emergency room, I guess.
Yeah, and he called 911 because I got a knock on I had a knock on my door, and you have to use a key to get in to my building. So I'm like, and it was two cops at my door, and I was like, I'm like wondering, do they have like a skeleton key where they can just, you know what I mean, or I'm all curious.
Skeleton key? No, cops just kick down doors. That's I'm pretty. That's the cop skeleton key, or they have guns also.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't. Yeah, they just rammed the glass front door of my building down to get in. But
no, they didn't do that, right?
No,
okay, just making sure.
Somehow they got in to my building, but we just chatted a bit, and they were asking how I was doing, and I was saying I was up. By saying I had a hard time, I guess I could say I've was dealing with some like suicidal thoughts.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to ask more about is like what is like, help us get into the head of a person who's feeling such intense depression, because I mean I understand it's like feeling it's not just like you're sad. I mean that's what people say. I've seen these memes or these photos online. Depression is not just sadness, it's feelings of despair, it's intense anxiety, it's like you feel paralyzed, you feel helpless. Describe what's in your head, if it's those things or whatever it is.
I agree with all those things. It is those things. Yeah, I mean, it's different for, I'm sure, everybody. A lot of similarities, I'm sure, would be, like what you talked about, just feeling like you have a weight on you or like a cloud over you. I mean, it's like in those commercials they show like somebody with depression with a cloud over them. I mean, sometimes it really does feel like that. Like no matter what you're doing, where you're going, who you're with, just in your head, there's still that like something weighing you down, and and also like with anxiety too, it's like overthinking situations and getting in your head about things, and prevents you from even like having fun sometimes with people that you really are close with, or even doing things that you always enjoy doing. Like it's messes with you.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of people have had, suicidal thoughts, such as, oh, I wish I wasn't here, or, or just like, oh, things are really hard. Maybe
it would be easier to.
Right. Yeah. But like for me, I guess in this situation that I just had was I started to kind of, because I've had, mental health people in the past ask, oh, do you have a plan? I've never had a plan. I was
going to ask that.
Sure, but this particular time, and I'm open about it, and I'm comfortable talking about it. Like I guess like I was actually thinking like, like what kind of rope would I get if I was to hang myself, or like, I mean like, well, I don't know, boy.
Whenever if you're on your, then text me from the Home Depot.
Well, no, I feel like I'm putting this out there now.
If he gets that far,
I'm putting this out there now, so it's like, so.
I mean, how close were? I mean, what it seems like is more like you're a little bit further, because I mean, even I've had like those thoughts, and I've gone through some periods where I'm, I'm down. I mean, right. I'm not, it sounds like you're dealing with something more
Right, like it's a deep rooted
biology, chemistry, chemicals, your body and mind, and all that stuff. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, and I mean, anyone listening, like, I mean, I know this is like it's serious, and I'm also getting, you know, a lot of help right now. I'm in the process of getting more help, so it's
yeah, get help. That's you're doing the right thing. Talking to me is probably not the right thing, but you're doing the right thing in other ways.
No, I think this is helping. But what were we? Oh, I was saying that it had gotten to the point where
you're thinking of it the second or third time.
I was starting to question if I trusted myself anymore.
Yeah,
like if I would be able to, you know, kind of. Yeah, like I don't know if I trusted myself. So yeah, I don't know. So I went. The cops came. They kind of talked to me a little bit. They were really cool guys.
Yeah, you lucked out.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bash
cops.
Bash all cops, but I mean that's if I'm depressed, I don't want two cops coming to my door.
Yeah, it was a little.
I want somebody. If I'm depressed, you better send some old lady with cookies. You better send some old lady with cookies over or something.
I was hoping it was a young lady with some nice cookies.
Yeah, maybe that's what. Well, we can talk about that some
next
time.
Yeah, we'll
that might be a future episode. Oh boy.
Yeah, when there's like when there's like, you know, a guy maybe on the ledge, you know, they send like a male cop to come talk. Maybe they should send you know, maybe a, you know, nice looking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, if the guy what if it's someone who's gay and they might not have the same. You have to know this stuff. You have to. How well do you know the person? There's always someone there who like knows the person. Like
not always. Yeah.
I feel like I've seen in like sitcoms they use food. Like
yeah.
Maybe that's just when like a kid runs away from home and then the parent like bakes some lasagna and they can't bring themselves.
They leave a pie on the windowsill and it carries them. The scent carries them back to the house.
Yeah. Are there going to be authorities at your door like within several hours of releasing this this episode?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure most of the city of Seattle does listen to our podcast. So
well, I can check the numbers. I do believe though California and Washington are the top two listening states. I make it sound like we have a. Well,
you know, hey, you gotta.
No, you gotta fake it till you make it.
Well, I was gonna say that, yeah, but
yeah.
So, yeah, it was a little. It's two police officers, and here I am thinking like, do I have like any weed laying around? But it's legal here, so that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But just stuff started going through my head, when there were two cops standing at your door.
Sure.
So we chatted a bit. They were like, hey, do you think you want to talk to somebody maybe, a little more qualified than us and knowledgeable? So I said, yeah. So we went downstairs and they were saying that an ambulance was going to come. And I was like, really? Like, does that have to happen? I said, I didn't want like a big, like sirens going and like big commotion and stuff. So they were like, no, that's not going to happen. So the ambulance did come, but the sirens weren't on. And the guys got out. They got the gurney, and I was like, do I really have to get on this? And they're like, yeah, it's like protocol, So I went with it, and they loaded me up. And that was my first time in the back of an ambulance as I guess you'd say as a patient. Have you ever been in one, Adam?
An ambulance?
Yeah, like as
yeah. I've had some injuries, some various sports injuries over the.
Yeah,
I've been cracked in the head a few.
There you go.
Baseball injuries and hockey injuries and
man, look at this
football.
guy.
I don't know. Yeah, knock on wood. I'll be all right. No, you know what it kind of sounds like to me. You could tell me I'm wrong. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but it feels like you kind of needed to go through this whole like thing with the cops and the ambulance and the hospital test, which we should tell people that you are physically okay, correct?
What?
I mean, all the medical tests, like they didn't find anything.
No, they didn't. I mean, they didn't. No, they didn't say anything.
Anything physically wrong with you, or new discoveries about.
I might make a phone call or two just to because it's like you kind of go, no news is bad or is good news, but it doesn't hurt to kind of So I'm probably called it. They released me. Well, we'll get to that.
No, but what I was going to say was, I think you needed to go through this to almost to scare yourself to realize that you should be taking some of this stuff. You scared yourself.
Yeah,
and going through this was like some kind of.
Well, I think it was. Yeah, it was. Now looking at it in hindsight, I think it was a good idea. I went, and it also kind of helps raise kind of how much help I need from my support system and my friends and family and stuff. So that's everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, you had that.
No, right on. Yeah,
you're lucky in that regard for sure.
Yeah,
with your family and your other friends besides me. I'm not going to name any names.
No, you shouldn't.
No, that's a bad idea because I'll say ones jokingly and sarcastically, and that will not go over.
We'll just edit in.
Sure. That's also a thing. The is a thing. I don't know if people have noticed that when I think I like that.
You put it on a shirt, yeah.
You can't. How do you even spell that?
UH.
I think maybe it needs to be like a mouth and then some sound waves coming out of it with the word written in kind of a sound wavy font.
Yeah.
I'm going. Wow, I'm impressed.
You already got that.
I figured it out right on the fly here.
Sometimes that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So, okay. So speaking of, I hear some sirens in the distance. Oh boy. So, loaded me up, had to do some, paperworky kind of stuff. And then, the medical center we went to was literally 2 blocks down from my street, from my apartment, which was not funny. I mean, it was just kind of
yeah, funny might not be the right word.
It was just you
could have just walked in there.
Yeah, but, so anyway, I don't know if I should speed this up. They got me in there. I talked to this doctor and a couple nurses that were in there. They they're like, okay, you're gonna get in this gown, and she's like, yep, you just got to get down your underwear. Meanwhile, there's a doctor standing on the other side of the room, a female doctor, female nurse. The nurse who was holding the gown for me to get into was female, so I was kind of what is this, Magic Mike?
I'm not sure how to respond to that, but okay.
So anyway, yeah, you get down to the the drawers and it's like a purple, one of those smocky gown thingies, the back,
hospital gown. People know.
There you go. Oh, they know what that is?
Yeah, I think so.
A purple smocky. So yeah, they drew blood, and I ended up giving them some urine too. Feeling generous. And talked to the doctor a little bit, and then they didn't let me have my cell phone, which was kind of funky, but kind of chilled in this room for a bit, and then this social worker woman and her assistant came in and asked me some questions about how I was feeling and such, and I was pretty emotional and pretty not in the best place.
Were you feeling better? At what point did you?
Yeah, I mean,
or did you? Or you?
Once I was kind of there. Once I was there, I kind of felt. I was feeling better over, the course of time. But once I kind of got there and was around people, they were really nice, and one of the nurses was really cute. Her name was Mackenzie. So.
Yeah. Sounds like you were feeling better already. in the
hey,
in
it's
there.
you know, you got to ride the wave of life, you know.
I suppose so.
They the social worker was I gave her my dad's number and they spoke. And my dad, who's like total awesome guy, I'm sure he's listening right now, but or when he's taking a dump or something. Anyway, he told her, "Oh, I'm going to fly up from LA to Seattle to to be with me." And so that's really awesome. He's actually still here. So they ended up giving me the decision if I wanted to leave right then or stay the night. And I don't know, it was kind of like I guess I felt like I was in a decent place, and the fact that my dad was coming up to visit, you know, I felt I think I can go. So in hindsight, maybe I could have stayed the night.
No,
I know it's
you don't want to stay in a hospital unless you. I mean, who isn't more comfortable in their own bed? Unless you're like feeling like you're gonna.
Yeah. I want to.
Like you need to be there for a specific reason.
Yeah.
For your physical or mental well-being or whatever. Like.
I kind of want to try going in a bedpan. So.
You can do that at home.
I'll just buy one off of Amazon.
They sell them on CVS.
There's a 24-hour one down the street, Walgreens.
Yeah.
we'll have Adam and Michael in bedpans.
Why? How did I get dragged into this?
You're part of the show, buddy. You did sign up for this.
No.
Anyway,
I never signed any paperwork.
So I ended up, heading out from the hospital. I don't know how many hours I was there. I don't know, maybe 3, 4. So yeah, I don't know if you have questions.
Well, how are you doing now? Why don't you tell people how it works, what's going on now? Give us an update and an outlook, and what we can do to help, and what we could do to help other people who might be going through similar things. You should be really insensitive and make jokes about it and downplay how they're feeling. Right?
Comedy is a good thing, but no, I think one of the biggest things I'm learning is, and that I can tell people is, mental health and issues with mental health is a really tough thing, because you can't see it. People that you might never guess are dealing with this stuff are dealing with it, and you wouldn't have struck me.
I guess I've known for some time that you're dealing with this type of stuff, but I didn't think that initially upon meeting you.
Sure. Yeah, you put on a face, you kind of...
I think everybody's having a good time in life. That's not true?
Especially when they're hanging with you, right?
Well, sometimes.
Playing Yahtzee.
Yahtzee steal the deal.
Yeah.
We're not going to dedicate a whole episode to that.
That's just a partial.
Yeah, that will be a segment within a segment.
Yeah, but all those Yahtzee purists out there, I don't know how they'll feel about our little, simple
a Yahtzee purist is someone who likes paperwork. That's what I think, and someone who likes to add numbers together, whatever goes on with that. But to talk more about where you're at now.
Sure. Yeah. Well, like I said, my dad actually flew up that night of when I went to the hospital, and I picked him up from the airport, which was cool. So yeah, he's been here. I've gone through some, tough moments, during the last couple days, and I know like everything's a work in progress, and I'm kind of working on seeing some new specialists, and because you got to try new things when things aren't working. So
sure,
but I'm, my dad's staying a bit longer to kind of hang out and kind of just get some stuff taken care of, and so that's cool.
I think you should just do things that
make me happy.
Yeah, even if they're simple things, and Yeah, I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist or
Yeah.
a therapist or nothing like that, but that would be my advice is
Sure.
if you like bowling, you always should go bowling. No?
You gonna put that on the shirt too?
Everything's gonna go on a shirt.
If you like bowling, go bowling.
You do you. That was something I heard that a few other people say.
Yeah,
Do the you do you.
yeah,
But that's essentially that. But I like that. I'm a fan of the you do
that's a
you.
good one.
Live and let live. You do you. All these I'm a very tolerance centric person.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, if you're not, not hurting anybody.
That's right. But go. I mean, I wanted you to maybe talk a little bit more about what other people can do, to help the people in their lives and be supportive of them. Who might be
so I was saying, you probably like a lot of people. You wouldn't think, even some of your close friends deal with this stuff, and you don't know about it. But I guess it's just as a friend, just like having a relationship where your friend knows that you're open and there for them and not, judging. But when it comes to specifically, I guess, depression and anxiety, just, I don't know, if you care about somebody, check on them every once in a while and, let them know that you are somebody they can reach out to. And I don't know, it is tough because as somebody that deals with this stuff, it is easy to kind of get in your head and not reach out to people and kind of, close yourself in. And so, you hear about a lot of celebrities and, that might, commit suicide and you're just like, oh, how did that happen? Exactly. It's like,
yeah, you don't know. It's more money, more problems, fame, and all that stuff. It does all the money in the world, all the success in the world, and these people could be miserable.
Yeah, happiness can be bought, as we know.
Can it be rented?
I think that's a topic for another show.
Okay.
Rent happiness? You're talking about Backpage?
I'm not sure. No, I'm not talking about the
LA Weekly?
Yeah, the LA Weekly classifieds.
You're looking for a massage, Adam?
No, I'm looking for a leaf blower. No. Go on.
What else? It's tough because, like Adam, you were saying, it's not just something, get over your bad mood or, it's more than just that. And it's a thing that most people that haven't experienced it can't understand themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, you live in your own world. You see things through your own, lens and your mind works in its own way. And so, everybody else in the world is having their own experience. So it's like, it's tough. So, and I'll admit as someone that deals with depression and anxiety that it's no walk in the park sometimes to be, a friend of mine or dating me or my family, be around me. But
I can't imagine what you're referring to.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's just part of it. It's I guess another thing that would come up is make sure that you let people that maybe deal with this stuff know other things about them that you really appreciate, because it's easy to, as a person that deals with this, to think, oh, this is
all they see about me.
This identifies me. I'm a. I also can feel sometimes I don't want to bug people.
Yeah.
With this stuff.
Sure.
So even close people. So it's like.
Well, you don't have to feel like that with me.
Yeah. Aw.
Keep it to once every few days, though. I can't deal with this shit every day. No, of course. Good. No, you can. No, you can call me or text me or whatever at any time. Yeah. My phone might be on silent, but
but I don't know if I guess those are some suggestions I have. But I wanted to say, a lot of what I deal with as far as anxiety and depression goes, they kind of go hand in hand for me. But I kind of feel like I hold myself back in life from doing the things that I want to do. And I really think this podcast is a good kind of step in the right direction for me because you get over one hurdle and then it's almost like, okay, I got over that one. Like I can do something else. So
sure.
if I can be real here on the podcast, then, it's going to make me more comfortable with being real, playing music or trying other things,
Sure.
So,
I'm going to start being real maybe by episode like 35 or something.
420.
Yeah. Episode 421. That's when I'm going to start being real. Oh man. No, I have a couple of comments, I guess, and I think we should wrap this up maybe fairly soon. I'm not sure what else we want. I don't want to cut you off like they cut off Frank Sinatra one time at like the Grammys one time. They tried to go to commercial.
Go to Frank Sinatra. It's probably been done like in 90 award shows, but yeah. That's why you're a unique cat, man. You go to right.
No, there was a famous YouTube thing.
Okay.
But
no, I was gonna say, I don't know if you want to ask me any questions or if you.
Well, I was gonna just say that all as far as from what my perspective and what I can do to help you is just like I was saying, text you just ask your friend, how are you? Just text that to the person once in a while and say that you're willing to listen and don't yell at the person for get better, mother effer. What the hell?
Oh, you know what? I wrote, I mentioned this to you before the show, Adam, and I think we kind of forgot about it. I actually have an original song that maybe I'll close the show out with.
Close the show out with?
Yeah, or whichever I can play.
Yeah, we can do that. I think are we done discussing this for now? We could. Yeah, we could again. If we're gonna do 10,000 episodes, I'm sure this will come up again. So maybe I'll just tell people about the social media once more, and you could do your song, and then remember to say the sign off at the end, the peace, love, and cookies, which will be on a T-shirt soon too.
You're reminding me.
Merch page. I am. I mean, I have a whole outline in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm on top of it here. But you can find us on Facebook. We're doing it, the Adam and Michael Podcast. On Twitter, we're doing it at WDI_the podcast, at WDI_the podcast. And of course, on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, just look for the big yellow smiley with the headphones and all these various social media and listening platforms. And please rate us on iTunes. Give us a positive rating. We appreciate it. And Michael, the floor is all yours.
Sweet. Friend. Yeah, I was going to say also, it was really hard for me in this situation, and it's probably hard for a lot of people, to ask for help. And I want to speak out to those people that, have something they're dealing with, whether it be, anxiety, depression, or whatever in life. Like,
ask for help.
A lot of people want to help you. So ask for help and be open to help, because I felt weird. I felt like wrong for going into the, emergency room I was like, oh man, these guys, these ambulance, what are they, EMTs? They got to load me up. It's like, oh, it's just, it's just this, but take mental health seriously.
Yeah, sure.
And like, whether it be anyone, your kids, your family members, your friends, just like really like make sure you're there for that person and that they know that. And this song is about reaching out for help. I wrote this probably back in 2003, 2002, I don't know, maybe 2001. But never performed it on stage before.
What's the name of the song?
It's called "Can You Please Help Me?"
Word.
And I guess I'll play it, and then we'll sign off, right?
I suppose so.
All right, let's. You
got a ukulele there, and singing here, so.
Or ukulele for all the Hawaiian.
Listeners. I didn't see any listeners in Hawaii yet, but that doesn't mean people of Hawaiian descent or Hawaiians didn't listen from somewhere else.
Very true. I was gonna say.
Word, I'm on top of it. All right, it's all you.
All right. As I turn through the pages of my life, I see people, places, and things I have known. And I remember how they've all affected me and somehow caused me to change and to grow. Can you please help me? 'Cause I know you've been here before. My world's unstable. How much can I stand to take or allow? When the times got tough, you were always there, yeah, helping me through thick and thin. I need you more now than I ever did before. Won't you stand by me, my friend? Can you please help me? 'Cause I know you've been here before. My world's unstable. How much can I stand to take? You never let me down before. You've always been right there to lend a hand. And so I call on you once more to help me through these hard times once again. Once again, as I turn through the pages of my life, I see people, places, and things I've known. And I remember how they've all affected me and somehow caused me to change and to grow. Can you please help me? I know you've been here before. My world's unstable. How much can I stand to take? How much can I stand to take? How much can I stand to take? Can you please help me? Adam?
Yes.
You awake?
Yeah. I just woke up. No, I'm just kidding. That was good. I thought you were just gonna say the sign off at the end there, but that was great. Yo, why don't you play that and then you get some background singers with that? You get the horns going. You get those horns in the background. That's
maybe an organ.
Organ and the horns. Yeah. No, that's great. You got to get the band together and put that in the set list. Full reels.
Well, yeah, it's been a very special. We're doing it, but we're going to talk about some serious stuff every once in a while. Especially, life happens, and a lot of time it's great, and sometimes it's not, and so that's we're doing it.
That's right. There will always be. We're doing it.
All right. Well, peace, love, and cookies.